Seems like any attempt to disconnect only results in more connection. Why is that? I feel perplexed into analyzing where I've gone right and wrong, only to realize I've been here all along. I'm attuned to a nature of pleasing, forecasted, and uneasy. Every page, I turn, there she is again and again on the local radar front. Vera will not go quietly. I've resisted writing how to turn a phrase and embody a message unhealthy or for ill-gotten vain. She's not actually bad, far from it, my obsession, however, and its notion of the true precludes me. Analysis paralysis. Haven't you missed me? The Alpha said, appearing in the room, standing above me as I write this. To think of all the times you wished and whined, while days passed, and we've yet to dine. He's cryptic as ever, but I get it. Of course you do. She's been more forthcoming than usual. Say the words, the Alpha retorted, sitting down. He held an old-fashioned in his hand. I can see the cherry slide against the orange peel and almost taste it. The words he wants me to say were the words Vera used on me the other day. There's something about you. Just ask what you want. We've been growing apart, and I don't want that. Do you? Vera keeps questioning me as of late, and I know I had made a good effort to break it off, seeing how she is committed more and more to her special man. Yet, seemingly I have a hall pass for visitation and get down rights, which is confusing to me. It's not like that. He likes you. Does he? Does he like the way I look at you, cross-examining you with a lusty gaze? Does he mind when I kiss you, touch you? Does he care about how I feel about you? Do you? You have an extra life, my friend. Unique. The Alpha chuckled and sipped his cocktail. True that. But why? Or more so, why am I driven to ask why? My brain can't process it too well. Let's assume I've overthinking. So then the past few weeks have been simply time passing and me doing what I always do. Help. Have we become distant? By design, yes. She's with some now and is falling more and more in love and committed. She's changing as well, prepping for the next stage of her life. Her habits are changing. She's cleaning up, getting rid of things. Getting rid of me, I wonder. Nope, definitely not that. She wants more of you. The Alpha noted down in his drink. He was right about that. She said it as much. We're growing distant. I don't want that. But do you? She quizzed me. I dislike the pattern. Again and again, it's always the same. I should be content to let it be what it is. A strip club girl, you know. It's a fantasy and that's it. I'm getting tired of anything else. I just get tired of the mixed messages and mind games. No time for them anymore. In the club it's one thing, out of the club it's another. Explain, the Alpha said, pacing the room. I thought we were done here. We finished this book, kinda ended it, cleaned up our act, took on the distance and the changes. This book should have been done, or so I thought. Yet here we are again writing about this girl that doesn't just stay connected, stays intertwined into our ideal. I thought this chapter was over. I thought we moved on. We kinda did. And we kinda got sucked back in. Back into the familiar is one thing. Back into a pattern of abuse, be it to our cash, stability and home life. That's another. We should just be content with what this is and move on. Embrace the new platonic? the Alpha said, poised to take a letter on an old 50s typewriter in a school desk in the middle of the room. Yes, take this down. Embrace the new platonic. Or is it the situational platonic? Whatever. It's more of the same. It's simple, really. Vera tells me one thing. The girl expresses something different. In the club, it's on, it's close, it's back, the steps of Venus, it's present, real and accounted for, and then is back to reality, out of the club, and the majestic we once weaved in the moment is gone, not just distant, not even a memory. The more I think it through, the more it bothers me. But can I blame us, self and her included? Maybe not. Maybe it's just what it is. And perhaps this is the new platonic. It's amazing how much she gets under my skin. Every week it's the same. Jack me up with notions and wham, that reality is for naught. I sit and spin and wonder, and I get hit with the distant bracket. I just want to note the last of it. Maybe I'm finally ready to say, yep, I'll probably cave. Shame. Is a life less broken worth living? Everything I read says go, and yet I remain, convinced even a broken soul is worth wanting, assuming he gets a few days of sun. It's a battle in the heart, wanting to go, foolish enough to stay. Maybe this is my crisis, one that at last is mine to bear, my war to teach me the whys of it. I love the self-crazed philosophy of me. Not every film comes with a soundtrack, but everyone has sound effects, fragments for tender moments. I despise the role and now frown on the sight of the mic marker. Nothing's ever enough. I'm playing the wrong game, the one of care and slumber. I should be playing this game on when required, otherwise not. 10 things I'm mad about. Starting off with a list is bold position. This story doesn't need many intros, though for new readers, they will feel confused in the confines of these mere mortal pages. First the list, then we explain. 1. I think too much about you. It's true, really. You get under my skin. A boy who wonders what lies beneath the rock he once moved. Yet did it really move after all? Women have a way of making you wonder. 2. You never let me in. True, sure, you've given the speech, but can I ever get close? Probably not. Safer for you, safer for me. 3. The privilege of you. Ah, yes, accepted. At your front door, in your doorway. Allowed permission, or was it that hard after all? Maybe you've enjoyed the privilege of me, perhaps? 4. 2 women. I see it, you don't. Why would you? It's the same you, yet in 2 modes. 2 skins, 2 minds after a shared goal. For me, it's one tale to remember, another memory lost and forgotten. 5. Never reject me. True, you never do. Regardless of the distance and or disconnect, you remain true to notion of us, whatever that may be. Perhaps it's a fantasy for you as well, an ever-state presence of having someone yet not. Fill the void, yet be the void. 6. You don't want anything. True, nothing is needed, nor focus, nor love, nor attention, sure cash, but that's a customary between our people. Like the toll on the fare line, the wheel will only give you so many turns for free. On the whole, however, you want nothing. 7. You never tell me. True. You never say a word, no pressure, no speculation, and I get it. For now, in your state, in your bed, you can't commit to anything beyond what you must have. I understand that all too well. Maybe you're worried what words will have effect, what words carry beyond. You don't know what you say when she's around, and when she's gone, it's all a mystery. 8. Just a transaction. I am that transactional partner. It's the guiding truth between us. Sure, we conspire in the hallowed black light halls of Wondertown, but it never expands beyond that. We never dream in full color, only see the black and white, the green and not so green. Some say beyond cash is more difficult, yet to me, in the cash, keeps a sense of persistent disingenuous interest, which is a pity. 9. Nothing matters. It feels that way at times. It's like jumping in and out of a moving picture. I get to relive scenes, relive classic moments, play back old trauma, wallow on the disconnect, yet have solved it once before. There is no beginning, no ending, just a loop of constant could be. 2 figures, a few assorted characters, a canvas that changes from time to time, but the film is always the same. 10. I'm lucky. I suppose I am. In the list of 10 things that drive me batty. The fact they do, and how I arrive at lucky is probably pretty amazing. The perfect woman, eh? So if you're new, well, meet me, Parker. Some tech guy, some startup dude, doing his thing, building a company, taking on tech, etc. Finding people cash so they can build their dream, and I come along for the ride. These tales, stories, journal entries, all trace back to encounter with a special gal, a stripper who entered my reality and hasn't left quietly. Not that I let her. I struggle with what we mean to each other, as friends, as close friends, as boundary twins, that closeness that transcends in one moment, one flicker of the frame to the next, that nothing, no trace, no effect. Yet come 4 to 5 days more, and the weekend arrives, and the film arrives back online, ready to immerse you into the loop. In technical terms, I'm a regular, though she swears I'm not. I'm a friend, and she'll say, as I will as well the best. I know her well, and she knows me. And no matter how close I get, I'm always a bit far from reality. But I suppose that just means I'm lucky. This is the new platonic. You should be watching Sweet Bitter on Stars. Such a great show that captures the complexities in work, life, love, fairly well. There's a scene in Season 2, Episode 6, Truffles and Champagne, where Simone and Jake talk at the bar as Simone recalls her memories with her ex-husband. She talks about how she is too young back then, and how she missed being with him, being married. Jake, close with Simone, reminds her of her misery, the moments she called him, the moments she cried, and while we the views see these moments as true, she denies the memory to Jake, further pushing him away, pushing the truth away. Moments after that, another moment unfolds, where Tess sees a happy, confident Will entertain guests. Tess is still excited about Will letting her try a truffle. Remembering she likes toast, he recalls her. He remembers her. In a moment of need connection, she pulls Will into the closet and kisses him. Tess has no intention of needing or wanting Will because she doesn't feel it for him. In both moments, we're presented a slice of duality or selective memory retention. In Simone's case, she was in fact miserable. She wasn't happy. She probably did call Jake often. The reality of the marriage not working out is a fact. Yet she selects a memory to be true. She weaves a reality that works for her in the now. She presses forth a reality she wants to be true, again, unsuccessfully. Tess likewise is foolish. She plays with a man's heart, knowing full well Will fall again for her, thinking and believing, yet in reality no hope, no want, no need, no intent will come from her. Will seeks to belong, much like I seek. Tess plays with him, inadvertently hurting him. All the while, Jake is what she seeks, and Jake is likely the truest character in the show in many ways. Brash, dark, broken, and rejected, yet favoring that state. He doesn't cover. He just is. Selective memory. It's a skill, part of our ability to weave a judgment, a reality in view, a desire. I suppose I do this. Like a good victim predator, we humans mask what we do ourselves, viewing what others do to us as evident, admitting our own process, tricky. She, that girl, the one that this story tends to be about, she is my Jake, my elusive darkness, something I seek irrationally. I likely recall her in good memory, denying my own journal the truths at times. I selectively recall the memories I want, for the moment I want to experience, to recall and manifest the reality I seek. And then I sleep. Moods. I gotta say, after 6 books, I have a better understanding of moods. Noting my swings, that kind of self-aware aspect of self is notable, even though it's hard to control. I'm typically on the floor for the ride, even now as I medicate through the mental storm of things. What has you down? The alpha, my other, my ego, my ever-present other speaks to me in my mind. I don't know what has me down as much as simply has me. These are but movements. I must endure them, diffuse them, navigate them, embrace them. Am I surviving? For the most part. Is she? Vera? I don't know. My view of her is clouded. I can't see her really. What parts I do see are in denial on many fronts, and in others like dancing, being that aging stripper. No, she's not into it anymore. Her next chapter doesn't lie there, and she knows it, much like we know our chapter is not, gone, lost, ending, or stuck in that loop. The new platonic? The alpha mused in my mind. Something like that. A memory opens. Back at the club, a girl twists effortlessly on the single-serving stage of the green-lit backroom VIP section bar. Another night, and here I am again. Maybe the loop is actually in us. Less in what we experience, but more in our actions that drive us to places where we ought to know better. She's pretty standing there. Yet unnamed stripper glides effortlessly. Her long legs exude the lure and lust of a perfect body. All around her are patrons lost in their brews, ignore her, and this is the conflicting contrast of a strip club. The beauty and the beast. You decide which one's which. I like how you look at me, Vera says quietly as the patron takes effect. Or was it the beer? Or does it matter? She's beautiful. Perfectly tanned skin meets blue eyes, cast dark yet welcoming as her head tilts to read my reaction as I slip my glance, staring at her eyes to her blonde hair down to her hips and legs. She's basically naked and talking to me. Remember, I'm lucky. Yeah, I reply in a trance. What would Parallel Parker do again? She says, touching my hand, resisting the staff looking for her to dance next on the main stage. Parallel me? Parallel Parker? Ravish her really? The real me, kinda powerless, fighting for a headway into the new platonic, while the parallel me wants it all. Break the vows, fuck the planet, take her. I look into her eyes. Parallel me, I say softly as if it's already a distant memory. You know I can't step over that line. I ramble off, not sure what I'm saying. The club takes a pause, or maybe my brain did. This memory is heavy. You know I'll never let you do that, Vera says with open eyes, recognizing my weakness and yet acknowledging that she won't let me fall. Perhaps she knows how that would crush me, take me apart in pieces that would never make me complete again. She recognizes the role of Allie, my wife, more and more in my life, as we embrace the new platonic. Our roles, responsibilities to each other, connected, yet not. Obvious. You know we need to celebrate your birthday still? A guard approaches her. Celebrate for a whole day, you know. She pulls away from me, reaching my hand, letting go as she goes off to dance, and my vision of parallel me follows suit. The memory closes. Yeah, memories. All my books are filled with them. It's like little windows in memories I capture and then immortalize here in print. Someday read by someone, not that they care. Everything here is for me. Selective memories haunt me. I wonder if these memories would even be hers to remember. Years skip a new memory, same timeline. Standing before the VIP warden Vera and I discuss the drink arrangement. 2 shots, beer, water, sounds about right. VIPs are often a place where you can your gal completely wasted. I had a knack for serious getting here wasted in VIP. It just happens. I don't drink at clubs much anymore, so everything is really for her except the water. It's not that I don't have a tolerance. It's more I hate being under the influence when driving home at night. My paranoia skyrockets. I'm a mess. Back in the VIP, Vera beckons the parallel me. What would he do again? Vera said, pushing me back into a leather couch. Music booms through the curtain walls as our little room is situated right next to the DJ. Jam time. Everyone. Her motions are known to me. First to climb on in slow motion, I see her waist come close to mine, her pussy firmly snug against my waist, her eyes lit up, her hands around my heck. Dry humping season is in. The grind begins. It's really just a snapshot of make-believe, like a ass on your lap and everything is in your mind. The brain spikes and gores itself on all the right chemicals to create and solidify attraction, belonging. He'd be a bit bolder, I said, staring at her as she downed her first shot. Oh, would he now? She said, smiling, welcoming the edge. She loves the passion aggression into herself. Show me your pussy, I say calmly, rather point blank, like that's what the parallel me has on the brain, so show me. Her stare comes complete as it meets my eyes as she hops off like a graceful being and pulls her panties down, revealing it all. It's kinda tan, too, she smirked, excited by the bold notions. She flirts with both me's as I flirt with the two of her, Vera and the girl behind her. In the low light I couldn't see much but the gap and the exposed elements. The parallel me would have wanted this, and without a doubt I didn't mind either. Vera is a sexual being, she excites me. Maybe she's my throttle. The other day I caught a bit online that said work is the new religion, essentially noting that in today's 2020 existence, that work has become our destiny for fulfillment. It's hard to argue with that at times. My average day starts at 6 a.m. First meeting 7 a.m. The day goes and goes, and if I'm lucky, I've had my medication, maybe a lunch, lots of coffee, and probably a few drinks. On average, I work probably either 4 or 10 hours a day. I try to be productive, but work is just like another woman to me at times, lures me in and consumes me. Work in itself isn't what really does it. It's whether you love the work or not. That is the kicker. I generally love my work. Sure, I have to delegate more, but on average, I love what I do. And most of what I do comes naturally to me. All my skills are based on experience, really. Sure, you can teach yourself something through practice, but experiencing it, not only do you learn faster, but you learn to skip as well. Skipping is a fundamental super skill in whatever you are doing. A skip is just like it seems in your mind, a bit jump, a little leap, a notion of force and physics. Old movies show people skipping for fun, pleasure, a sense of jolly good times. It's true for business as well. Find where you can skip. Can you skip a step? Do it. Can you skip along to get momentum? Do it. Can you find bounce on a day where you typically have none? Do it. Every day I wake up knowing that this day is my day to be whatever I want it to be. I could be the drudgery of it, or I could skip a bit. Let's skip.